Morning everyone, this is the last day. It's 7 o'clock and we get our team briefing with our coach Chucky at 7:30 today. I didn't sleep well again. I was really worried. Yesterday I found it really hard. I was just on my knees for the entire paddle, and it was like paddling through treacle. It just took forever for the first section, and I was with Chucky for quite a bit and we had a chat and that was lovely, but basically I just felt like I was out there a lot of the time just alone. I felt lonely yesterday. It was a really tough day just to get myself through that mentally, just to kind of push on, and I just really wanted it to be over. I think the best part of the morning was looking forward to my sandwich, basically. I did see an eagle and I saw a waterfall, and that was lovely. And then when I stopped, I saw a red squirrel and an even bigger waterfall and a really pretty mushroom that I took a photograph of, and I did enjoy my sandwich. The second half was quite unexpected because we had 3-foot waves, and it was just tough. It was tough. I was on my knees literally for about an hour and a half, trying to just keep on the board. It was all about balance, and that was tough. It was great, and we did some surfing, and one of our ladies fell in. She was called Sam, so me and Chucky got to her really quickly. I got hold of her paddle. Chucky stabilised her board. I then grabbed her board and helped to stabilise it, and she got back on, so that was quite nice. It kind of freaks me out a bit that if I go in, this is really strong rapids, really strong currents. I worry, will I get back on my board and how long am I going to be in the water? Sam's really strong and she did a cracking job getting back on that board yesterday. I have woken up this morning and I've literally got really bad shoulder pains. Everything aches when I touch my legs because, as I say, we were just on our knees for the entire paddle. Tops of my legs, right from my right up at the top, my groin, all the way down to my knees is just agony just when I touch it. My lumbar area where I've got this bulging disc, that's quite bad as well, so that's not going to help today if I go in the water. We've had really high, we've just had an enormous storm passing through. It's just dissipating now, I think. I say that it's still quite high. I'm just looking at some trees up there and they're like bent right over. I don't even know if you can hear that, but the van was just rocking like Billy O last night. It was wild out there, it really was. So today we're expecting 47 mile per hour winds. We've got what our coach Chucky says white horses, so we've just got these white caps all the time on the water. It's fast flowing. It's, you've got to have your wits about you. My board, the nose of my board yesterday was diving right under the water, and my board was just covered, and then it would resurface, and then maybe another wave would come in at the side and jolt you, and then one at the other side. Then just as you've got your balance, you'd get a great big roller coming in behind you and take you off. Pam, it was a really funny thing that happened to Pam, because she actually got on one of these really high rollers. Her board got to the top of it, but it just kind of stopped there for a nanosecond, and she didn't quite get over the wave, and then her board just started coming backwards. And I just thought at that point, these waves are getting big. They are getting bigger. The funny thing is, when I first did my chat, I talked about, me and Dave having a laugh about 4-foot waves, and I think in my head I just thought, we're on a loch. How are you going to get a 4-foot wave? It's not going to happen. Well, apparently today, with these high winds, we're looking like we're going to have bigger waves than 4-foot waves, and I am worried about that, because the 3-foot ones, I was just about staying on my board. I don't think I can handle anything bigger than that. I'm going to go out there and I'll have a go, see how I do. The problem with this today, this last section of Loch Ness, is that once we commit to it, there is no way off it. We cannot get rescued or there's no road, nobody, the team cannot get to us, we have to do it. So it doesn't matter how high these waves are or how many times we fall in, it has to be done once we've committed. So for me, that's a really scary thing. And I feel a bit weepy today. I just feel like I'm shot. I've just given everything and it still wants more. Chucky talks about, like, there's a 20-foot wave that comes under the surface, and that's why you get these really big waves up on the top of the loch. But yeah, we're waiting, as I say, for the storm to pass. We're hoping to be on the water by about 8:30, and we're going to eat as we go, because we've got to get ahead of the next storm that's coming. So yeah, it is tough. It's really, really tough, and it is one of the, well, it's not one of, it is the hardest thing that I've ever done in my life. It's taught me about resilience, just a little bit about myself, and the fact that I think I've come out of this thinking I've got to acknowledge that I've got to acknowledge my age. I am 62 next month, and you know, this is a big challenge, and it's not like I'll never do a challenge again, but I think I need to be really careful what I choose to do. And it's pushed me, and I wanted to be pushed out of my comfort zone, but I've really not enjoyed a lot of it, I must admit. It's not because it's been hard. I think it's just been quite lonely out there, and it gets a bit boring sometimes. A Loch Oik was just, it was the same scenery, and literally, yeah, I was just there on my own most of the time. Coach Chucky was great. He came up and chatted to me quite a bit, so we did have some conversations, and that was lovely. But yeah, that was a tough day. Yesterday was a lonely day. That was a tough day. But I'm an only child, and I'm used to being on my own. Having said that, camaraderie, teamwork, laughter gets you through, doesn't it? And yeah, I needed some of that, and we'll see what today brings. But I'm guessing I'm going to be on that water, having a bit of a meltdown, feeling really frightened, and I'm in it really. I've got to get myself out of it. It's just me, and that's it, isn't it? That's something that you know, I don't know, we talk about resilience and friendships, and they're the things that get you through. And I think, if anything, it has taught me that I do need other people, that, you know, yeah. Anyway, it's all getting a bit serious now, isn't it? And I do feel a bit weepy. But yeah, I'm always thinking I'm good, I'm strong, I don't need other people, but clearly I do. That's what this is. That's what this trip has taught me, and maybe that was what I needed to know. Maybe that was my lesson. That was something that was intended for me to understand, really, that no man is an island. It's howling out there. I'm gonna go because I need to get ready. I think the one thing that I'd say is, thank goodness it's day 5 and this is all over. I just want to go home. I don't even want to do today. But anyway, I'm going to do it. Over and out. Bye everyone. The reason why our trip got aborted on day 5. The weather conditions are absolutely atrocious. We've got a wind force 7. We're looking at about 47 miles per hour later on as we were coming in, so it was impossible. We could not complete this today.